Just wanted to, it's been a tough 24 hours. Coach Napier lost his dad, and, we want to, him and his family to know, obviously, our thoughts and prayers are with him and the Napier family. His dad was a difference maker, a coach, high school football coach, and you guys know he was Billy's hero. So, but we got hope in our hearts because we know where he's at. We know he's in a better place, and just want to ask for people just to for their prayers and thoughts and for peace for their family.
Billy have to leave the team for a while?
Yeah, he's going to take care of his family first, so we're still working on all that. I did not know. I felt like I did because he talked about him a lot. He talked about what influence his dad had in his life, and obviously I think the last since the diagnosis it's been very difficult, and he was planning on next week going and seeing him. So it was but I can tell, I felt like I know him because when I met Billy, there was something special about him that I really just, I'm a gut feeling person, and he's just a tremendous person. And so somebody invested and poured in to help him be that way. And I know it was his mom and his dad. And I know his dad was being a coach's kid, because I'm kind of like a coach's kid because I didn't have a dad and coached, but I did. My dad was my coach, and matter of fact, my high school coach was at the Texas Tech game, and so I just really identify with that. And we got, it just makes you reflect and think about just how important it is. But you look at a life as a teacher and a coach. You look at the difference that they make. There's nothing more rewarding than being a coach, and there's nothing I think more rewarding than being a coach's kid.
Is there anything that Billy talked to you about his experience with his father that stuck with you?
Most of the stuff that we talk about, I just keep personal between us. It's mostly personal stuff, and I just know that it's been, Billy's a rock because that's a very, very, that disease is just really horrible, and I know it's been, he's a rock the way he's handled that, and and it was a little bit, it went rapidly towards the end here, but it wasn't, at least we thought it would be a little bit, but most of our conversations were just asking about his dad, and how it is around your men. You don't say a whole lot about stuff like that. You just, but we have every Monday and Wednesday we have a Bible study, and we've been praying for his dad and stuff. And I know it's for him and Allie, and it's very difficult. A lot. You can't minimize what that loss is, but their faith, his dad's faith, Billy's faith, their family. They got hope in their heart because they know that they know where he's in a better place. So. We'll pick up the slack where we need to and support him, and that's what we'll do. We work. One of the things that he does a tremendous job of, one of the things that I've really admired about how he's led, is how he involves all the coaches in the process, and so because of that. Obviously, he's very, very valuable to us, but we're in a position where we can support and help him, and I expect him to call plays, and he'll be we'll just have to support him, and when he's not here, kind of pick up the slack.
Do you think he'll be there Saturday?
I do. And that's obviously his decision, but he's going to. We obviously got next week as well, so he'll spend a lot of time with his family in the next few days. Imagine he'll be headed that way for Thursday and Friday, and then right now the plan is for him to come to, but you know, obviously that could change. Either way, we'll be prepared.
It's been reported that you guys are going to wear ribbons on Saturday in Slipknot to raise awareness for domestic violence. Sexual assault.
Yeah. That's this Saturday. Yeah, us in Stanford.
Why is that important?
Oh, well, I mean, it's obvious why that's important. You know, one of the things, you know, I've said this before. I have a daughter, and you know, it's just so important that that people recognize, you know, that we need, you know, there need education and being proactive and awareness on those that, especially that situation. There's a lot of other situations too that that education is the key to making sure those kind of things don't happen. And it's not just, you know, it's something that I think it's our responsibility to educate our players and the people that we work with about just being aware of how that what an issue that is, instead of just acting like it's not there and then having issues. So, you know, I can tell you this, it's kind of like I tell people, when you have a daughter, you have a complete different view of it. Because I can tell you one thing, her whole time, and I'm talking to her about those type of things. But it's just all about teaching respect, and that's what it's all about, is you know, coming together and bringing awareness, education when it comes to those top topics. And so I think it's a very good thing for us to use our platform as a program in conjunction with Stanford to say, hey man, we're a program standing for doing it the right way, and making sure that we don't just that we're very conscious of that it is a problem, and that we want to make sure that we attack that problem, and we minimize the issues with it. And get rid of those things from happening, and then people, you know, not, you know, that's the thing that I just believe that you have to be proactive in those things. So that's why I think that's important.
You mentioned last week that Evan Fields is still learning the playbook and acclimating, but second few reps this week. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, wow, he showed a lot of flashes. He's a great athlete. He's got to learn what he's doing. He's playing on a lot of special teams. I think he's getting closer. So I think he'll increase how much he gets to play. But he's a guy that's going to be impactful. We need him to progress quickly.
And how have you thought the secondary overall has been progressing so last
Good. Good. The big key is just, you know, I don't feel like we've had, you know, we got to make sure we don't have, we had some times last week where we had some mental mistakes and some busted coverages where guys were running with open that could have, you know, been catastrophic for us. And we haven't had a lot of that. Most all the balls we've had have been highly contested, and you know, we've had some balls caught on us, but our guys are competing and in the right spot to make plays. So I think everybody. I think there's not any area on our team that I don't think we haven't got better. So we're getting better, and I think we're finding our identity and our fine tuning what our identity is. So you got to keep getting better. That's the key. You can't, whatever you did last week's not good enough. You got to get better.
With his dad, how is the Sun Devil family picking up where he might not be able to?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's I think one of the things that if you ask me to describe Coach Napier to you, I would describe him in one word: relationship. I think he immediately came in, and he has a sincerity about him, and a genuineness about how he cares about our players. Obviously, I think a lot of that comes from how he was raised, and you know, he and his brothers are all coaches, and you know, I think that you know, he's made an impact here with our players in that regard. So, you know, we talk a lot about those things. We talk about the people that put you here and the people that are really important. And I know, like on my locker, you know, I have my mom's on my locker, and each person in our program has a person on their locker, and that really made a huge difference in our life. And everybody knows for Billy, that's his dad and his mom, and so it was you know, just there's not much you can say. There's nothing you can say to make it, you know, to help the loss, other than, you know, we prayed as a team for him and as a staff, and just supporting him, and there's not much you can do except hug his neck on those situations like that. But he's a rock. I mean, he's really a strong person, and he's I think that you could tell how our kids feel about him by how they react to his loss. So that's kind of where we're at with that.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay. All right.